Welcome to Biostudy Pathshala. Here I am Nilanjana Sarkar with you. I hope you are safe and healthy in this situation and also studying well and preparing best. And also hope that previously uploaded videos are helping you for the cell preparation. So today is Ecology Part 7. Let's see what will we cover today. So today we will cover survivorship curve and its types, organisms types, age structure, age pyramid and its types, and the basic concept of the population growth. So what is survivorship curve? Curve means it is a graphical representation, and a curve or a graph which shows the number of the individuals which are surviving at a certain age in a certain population is called as the survivorship curve. In our ecosystem, we can find out three kind of survivorship curves. These are the type 1, type 2 and type 3. We will see these curves corresponding to the graphs. So let's have a look. So this is type 1 curve. Actually, this graph shows three kind of curves in one graphical representation. The blue line is for type 1 curve and it stands for the human. That means large animals, mammals for example, and also big trees. Here mortality rate low at the time of juvenile period. That means, as you can see, the first phase of the life shows a low mortality rate, but after a certain time, that means after old age, it certainly drops. That means high mortality rate at the end of the life. So this kind of survivorship curve also known as death at sentence, and it is a convex like curve, and these curves are shown by mammals and big trees. Next is the type 3 curve, the blue one curve. It is shown by lower vertebrates and invertebrates, as because they produce large offsprings and the offsprings are showing high mortality rate at the juvenile time. But if one individual is established on a favorable condition, the life expectancy of this individual increases considerably. That's why the curve shows a concave like structure, as you can see in the structure as well, and the small trees like weeds also show this kind of survivorship curve. Here is an example, that is oyster. Next is the type 2 curve. It is observed in case of birds population. Here, as you can see, it is a straight line survivorship curve, as because here mortality rate is constant throughout their lifespan, and here mortality rate does not depend upon age of the individuals of that population. So it is a straight line survivorship curve. As you can see in this graph that the percentage of the maximum life expectancy on the x-axis, where the number of the individuals surviving on the y-axis, shows this kind of survivorship curves. So it is the comparison among these three survivorship curve along with the graphs, as you can see in this slide as well. So type 1 shows convex like structure, type 2 straight line, and type 3 is a concave like structure. Type 1 shows a low mortality rate at the juvenile time, while the high mortality rate at the old age, and type 2 shows a constant mortality rate throughout the life, and the type 3 survivorship curve shows high mortality rate at the juvenile time and low after its establishment. And type 1 example is mammals, humans as well. Type 2 are the birds, and type 3 are the lower vertebrates and as well as the invertebrates. Here a new term is introduced, that is clutch size. Clutch size is the number of the offspring produced by a female individual at a once. That means number of a offspring part time. So type 1, that means mammals, show low clutch size. If we suppose that humans produce one individual at a time, where the birds show moderate clutch size, but lower vertebrates and as well as the invertebrates show high clutch size, as because they produce larger number of offsprings at a time. So next is the types of the organisms. Basically it is based on the breeding capacity. If organisms show only one time breeding in its whole lifespan, this would be called as simulparous. While if any organism breeds several times in its lifespan, it would be called as heteroparous. And a simulparous plant called as monocarpy, while a heteroparous plant also called as polycarpy. Simulparous means single time breeding. The organism shows single time breeding in its whole lifespan. That is why they need to produce a larger number of offspring, and as because they produce larger number of offspring, that is why they show low parental care. The larger number of offspring means the large clutch size and the low parental care, and this kind of properties are shown by R selected organisms, and they also show the type 3 survivorship curve, as because they show high mortality rate at the juvenile time and the low mortality rate after establishment. And the heteroparous show the small clutch size, as because they produce small number of offspring at a time but breed several times in its lifespan, and at a time they produce small number of offspring. That's why their parental care is so high. If we assume the human population as well, human produces one individual at a time and their parental care are so high, and these properties are shown by K selected organisms, and they also show the type 1 survivorship curve, as for example human, elephant and large trees. So next is the age structure. Age structure states the proportion of individuals in each age groups of a certain population at a certain time. That means if we assume about the human population, we can write down like this way, that 0 to almost 16 is a teenage time, 0 to 16 or 0 to 17, 18 to 45 is middle age time, or they are the reproductive individuals in the population, and after the 45 they belongs to, or after 45 or after 50 they belongs to old age. So these are the three age groups in our human population. In our ecology we term these age groups as pre-reproductive age groups, reproductive age groups and post-reproductive age groups. And the age groups can define the characteristics and the properties, nature as well of any population at a certain time. As for example, the human shows these three age groups more or less in equal length. That means if we suppose that this is the pre-reproductive age group, next one would be the reproductive age group, and the last one would be the post-reproductive age groups. this age pyramid shows more or less a bell-shaped pyramid, while the insect population shows a large or a long pre-reproductive phase, while a very short reproductive phase but no post-reproductive phase. This is for insect population and this is for human population. So these are the difference, and the differences between the age structure we can find out depending upon the species populations. So next is the age pyramid. Age pyramid is the graphical representation of these proportion of different age groups at a certain population at a certain time. And in our ecosystem we can find out three kinds of age pyramid. These are expanding pyramid, stable pyramid and declining pyramid. So let's see about this age pyramids. So what is the expanding pyramid? Here the number of the individual of pre-reproductive is much more greater than the reproductive, and the reproductive is also the greater than post-reproductive, and this would be the status of this kind of population or the age pyramid. Here birth rate is so high, that is why the number or the individuals of the pre-reproductive age group is also high than the reproductive age, and here post-reproductive age shows minimum number of the individuals. So this kind of pyramid is structured as pyramid shaped age structure. Next is the stable pyramid. As you can see in this diagram as well, that here pre-reproductive age group and the reproductive age group are more or less in equal size. That means they consist almost equal number of the individuals in each age group, but the post-reproductive age group are much more smaller than the previous two. That means we can write down this as in this way, that pre-reproductive is almost equal to reproductive group, but the post-reproductive group is smaller than the previous two. That means here birth rate is lower than the expanding pyramid, and this kind of pyramid shows a bell-shaped growth curve. Next is the declining population. As you can see in this diagram, the lowermost part, which is the pre-reproductive group, consisting a lower area, that means low number of the individuals in the pre-reproductive group, but the reproductive group consisting larger area, that means a higher number of the individuals in the reproductive group, and it starts to decline in the post-reproductive group as well. That means we can write down this in this way, that pre-reproductive is much more smaller than the reproductive, but reproductive is also higher than the post-reproductive, and this would be the status of this kind of population. Here birth rate is so reduced, that is why the pre-reproductive age group show low number of the individuals, and this age group is much more smaller than the next two age groups, and this kind of population show urn-shaped pyramid. So next is the basic concept of the population growth. As we have learned in our previous ecology class, that populations always show dynamicity, and it is not remains in a constant way, as because here birth, death, immigration and emigration play role on its dynamicity. I am trying my best to give a explanatory diagram. As you can see that here population show dynamicity and birth and immigration giving a result of increasing number in any population, while the exit and death may cause the decreasing the individuals in a population, and the density of a population also have a role in the population growth. So population again of two types. These are the closed population and open population. Closed population is almost a theoretical perspective, as because in our earth every population show more or less immigration with birth and death. So closed population is just a theoretical perspective. So closed population shows the change in its population because of only birth and death, and here immigration and emigration have no any role. But in an open population, the change in the population is result of death, birth, immigration and the emigration. As you can see in this diagram as well, the population shows the birth and the immigration giving an additive result in the population, while the death and the emigration shows a declining in the individuals of the population. As you can see that population growth may be three types. These are the positive growth, zero growth or the negative growth. Positive growth means here the population is increasing, as because here birth rate is much more greater than the death rate. That means the net result is increasing. In case of zero growth, here birth rate is almost equal to death rate. That means here neither the population is increasing nor decreasing. So a constant type of population growth. But in case of negative growth, the birth rate is much more less than death rate, so the population show a declining kind of individuals, show this kind of graph as well. So this is for the today's session, and thank you for giving feedback to me. And if this video is helpful for you, please give a like, and you can share these videos with your family, friends, seniors and juniors as well. You can also subscribe this YouTube channel, and to get much more update, you can join the Telegram channel and the Facebook page of this channel as well, and the link of this Telegram and the Facebook page will be given on the description box below. So thank you.